We're all just such huge fans of the culture that, we wanted to add to it. Oh, that means that there are people out there that are unfamiliar with me, even. Yeah. So let's familiarize them. These kids are too talented, these kids are too passionate, and these kids are smart.
Hey, it's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and this is The Truth. Today we're going to talk about battle rap. That's when two MCs go toe-to-toe, trading lyrical barbs that include insults and put-downs. Some even consider it a sport, and a lot of established MCs are afraid to participate in it. Today's guest is the exception. I'm talking about Jersey's own Joe Budden. Joe, along with his Slaughterhouse brothers, are producers behind a reality show that chronicles the life of 8 battle rappers. And not content with just being behind the scenes, Joe himself is jumping in the ring to battle a young upstart called Howell the Don at a live event. I'm going to talk to Joe today about his preparation for the battle, the possible risk to his reputation, and I want the inside scoop in that Slaughterhouse album. Walk with me, man, it's the truth. Yeah, man, Elliott Wilson, baby, the truth, man. I'm with Joe Budden, baby, Joe.
My man.
We're in Jersey.
Yes, we are.
You got me out here, man.
Yeah, out of your element. more into
It looks
mine.
safe, though. It looks safe.
No, it's cool. It's cool. We're not in the hood in Jersey. We're not in the hood.
You look like you're in workout mode, man. You got a battle coming up. Is that what's going on? Is like you looking ready to go?
Yeah, beard rough. You should have seen me an hour ago. No shape up. Gotta get in battle.
You got to shape up for the truth?
Yeah, got to.
Thank you, brother.
You commercialize and shit.
I mean, I want to talk in depth about the battle, but the business side of things, like, you're involved in the business of this whole thing in terms of Slaughterhouse. Like, please explain that for people that aren't really connecting all the dots.
Well, Slaughterhouse came up with the idea. We're producing the television show that's on Fuse. We're partners, along with Electus, along with Watch Loud, along with Paul. And I think that part is not being talked about as much, but that's good. You want to keep it on the sport, keep it on the competitive nature of everything. So,
I mean, I know you guys are lyricists and you love the art of rhyming and watch those YouTube clips of this new generation and phenomenon of that, but like, what made you really feel like, let's get involved with this?
Huge fans of the culture, and not just Slaughterhouse. With M and his background, we're all just such huge fans of the culture that, we wanted to add to it. We wanted to bring whatever awareness, raise whatever visibility we possibly could, and I think we're doing that. Bring a new audience to the genre.
And they were saying like it's sort of like equivalent of the way like UFC was like a phenomenon, and then it got exposed to a bigger thing.
Exactly.
Right? I remember hearing about you on mixtapes and stuff like that, but how much battle rap did you get into in terms of your upbringing? How much was that a part of your growth as an MC?
Well, I was talking to this battle rap dude the other day. I'm almost of the belief that everyone comes from that background.
Yeah.
We all come from ciphers. We all come from having to solidify our spot. Me personally, I was hopping out of every cipher in Jersey. That's how I made my name, to the point where people had to ask who this kid Mouse was, who was just hopping out of projects battling.
So you was Mouse back then?
Yeah, I was Mouse. I didn't have a business name. I wasn't thinking about a record deal. I wasn't thinking about making music. It was all we knew how to do was battle. In Jersey City, I lost to a guy named Jigga Brown. He passed away recently, rest in peace, Jigga Brown. But that's my background. I came up in that. The fans today probably more so know me for Slaughterhouse, all the work I've done commercially, but from 94 to 2001, maybe, I was raw and uncut. I didn't know how to make a song. Yeah. We had to learn these things. When I first got in the studio.
Open up, this thing come out of nowhere.
Not at all, not at all. We had to learn what a hook was, what the structure was, what these labels were looking for in terms of a demo. All we knew how to do was come in with 300, 400 bars.
Would you write bars in terms of thinking of how it would be played to a crowd and battle somebody?
Yeah, we were.
Tear them down?
They were all written for an opponent.
Yeah.
All. There were no girl verses. There were no. It was all for one set of opponents.
Effing their beat, not even taking their girl? No, none of that?
Not at all. Not back then. Not back then. It was all, and
first towel break on the truth, baby. Towel break.
we so Hollywood. Look at this bullshit.
He's not drawing the towel. He's not conceding this battle, though. That's just a white towel. It should have been a dark color.
We're not conceding this battle. Never that. Not at all.
But to take it back, see, your craftsmanship as a rapper was built off trying to create bars. Now, is it more so about your opponent or more so trying to please whoever's watching?
I think it was both. Back then, you had no idea who your opponent would be. Yeah. So it was just about being as witty as possible, as creative as possible, making the crowd move, making the crowd laugh, making the crowd cheer. The crowd had to walk away saying, that guy's the best MC there. And I got a couple of guys on Twitter that have, were around back then. These guys don't know.
Where's the footage?
But yeah, these guys, you know, it's sort of like I argue with my father all the time about. He argues Will Chamberlain's the best that ever did it, and I'm like, I never saw it.
Yeah,
like,
there's no tape, right?
The footage
You got
is
Jordan,
not there.
Jordan footage all day.
So now I'm on the other side of it. These guys act like because there's not footage of me.
You
and
didn't get in
Roy
their ass.
Yeah, that we just didn't do it. We didn't do it. We're mainstream commercial. It's different now. Fuck out of here.
Did you battle other guys that the cats would know, like with it, like because there are stories of like, you know, Jay-Z may have battled Jizza or those kind of things.
I battled DMX.
Yeah.
I battled DMX when they were shooting Belly. They shot Belly right outside of my block in Jersey City.
So you just rolled up on him?
I walked right up on him, but that's who I was. That's who I was back then. Like,
He said, "What's up?
I
What's
was
up?"
coming to rhyme against
Yeah.
anybody. And I mean, from that, they were actually trying to put me in a group with, it was supposed to be me, Dragon, and I want to say Cassidy before he was Cassidy, but I was like, group? I'm not doing that. But, you know, so I got my stories of guys that I battled back then, and I was in that circuit. But again, it's all like lost files to these kids.
Yeah. We'll get more detail of that too, but you talked about a group that's interesting. I want to talk to you about Slaughterhouse, because I mean, obviously now, I think also people may not focus as much on what a craftsman you are, because now in terms of your career, you know, you do solo albums, but now you're part of this big group of other lyrical monsters. Like, what's the status of things? I know you guys just drew out a mixtape. Like, what was the purpose of putting the mixtape out? And
we just put out the mixtape. You know, when the four of us are in our own separate corners, you know, we tend to get caught up in what each of us is doing individually. But when we come together, it's just so much easier. It feels better, and we gain so much more traction. So we got together, the guys flew out here. The reward we get just from 4 days of work, I mean, is phenomenal. Our major label debut, you know, was years in the making. It was almost held captive, like it was like a big secret. This time though.
a lot of password protected files.
Yeah, a lot of that. Like I hadn't even heard the final album until the fans heard the final
off this
album. Yeah, it was a lot of that too. But this time around, we got Just Blaze involved, who in turn got A-Rab involved, Cardiac involved, Justice League involved, Illmind involved. I'm forgetting somebody, I'm sure, but
Ross and the Illis.
it was like the people who catered to our sound. It was like a slaughterhouse of producers, and they all got in, and if Just Blaze started the drums, Justice League would provide the synths, and you know, it was all types of, it was beautiful just to watch, just as a fan of the
Like
shit.
a slaughterhouse of production almost, right? I mean, that's
and it sounded and it sounded that way. So whenever the fans do get to hear said album, hopefully that'll be next year sometime. I think they'll be able to hear that.
There's a lot of patience in these slaughterhouse moves.
It
right?
would have to be.
There's no groups anymore. Who's the
I
hottest
see
group?
why.
You and Migos. Who else is out here? There's no groups anymore. Slaughterhouse versus Migos, man. Let's battle, man.
Never Slaughterhouse versus Migos, all right?
There's no other groups,
And that's no disrespect. Is Migos a group?
That's three guys, yeah. You said you don't want to stand next to Dragon and Young Cassidy. Like, why can't
Well,
these
at the
rappers
time,
stay?
I felt like I was better than Dragon and Cassidy. I feel that way today.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like every MC should be confident in themselves.
Yeah.
Even today, I don't like splitting money with them three niggas. Royson
But you love them, that's why.
And Joel.
No, but they got to be three guys you respect the hell out of, I guess.
Definitely,
Those guys
definitely.
are.
I'm a sponge. I learned so much from those guys. They're all probably much better rappers than myself. None of us got in this group to become millionaires. I can do my own thing.
People would think that because Eminem and Rosenberg and all that, they would think it's a big
Eminem,
money play.
no, Eminem is so hip hop, man. Paul is as hip hop as they come. Like they're hip hop. I mean, that's what makes their success so phenomenal. Is that they reach that while being so hip hop.
Lyricism, this emphasis on lyricism, which I guess to go back to the battling, which you're about to talk about inside, that's the essence of it at the end of the day. It's like, what are you rapping about? What are your metaphors? What are you saying?
What are you saying?
Yeah.
What are you saying? And I mean, today, unfortunately, there aren't too many rappers that are saying something. It's just not. That's a fucking shame when you think about it. So, I mean, Slaughterhouse, we always try to say something. Joe Budden, I've been saying stuff,
10-minute songs.
whether people have
Saying
wanted
too
me to
much.
say. I've been saying shit that people probably have not wanted me to say for quite some time.
Harsh
So, I mean,
realities.
but that's the hip hop I was raised on. I was raised on Chuck D. I was raised on, you know, a message in the shit, like rebelling against something, standing for something. So I mean, I try to still instill that in the shit today.
Yeah, man, but it's hot out, man. Let's go back inside, man. The gym. I know you gotta get ready for this battle, man. Let's talk it about How the Dime, man. You ready for this,
I
kid?
don't even know who that is.
Yeah, we're inside, man, with Joe Budden. Now he's skinny. He just worked out, man. You tried some lyrical barbs.
Yeah, man. Gotta stay fresh.
But I know, like you mentioned Paul, and I know Shady's involved with that. I know Paul's management was telling me you guys sat down. It was like, yo, do you really want to do this? Because at the end of the day, I mean, obviously it's great for business. You're the businessman behind the project, but it's almost like Vince McMahon. You're getting in the ring yourself, and you're battling like a young guy who's like, you know, I don't know how young he is, but his livelihood is this battle.
He ain't that young.
His livelihood is this battle thing. So, like, why do that? And do you feel like there's any real risk involved if you come up short, or people feel like he gets the better of the exchange?
Yeah, it just depends on how you look at it. I know for me, I'm competitive, man. I'm competitive. I've been dissing people since I came into this game. So for there to actually be a subgenre where it's okay to be competitive, it's okay to diss your opponent, it's okay to not like this person. You know, hip hop's gotten so friendly as of late. For me to be doing this where I'm just constantly talking shit to somebody's talking shit to me, and we get to get on stage and actually see who the better MC is, oh my God, I live for it.
Your background is battling, but you haven't done that or participated in that cycle. So are you preparing in that sense? Are you concerned about that? Like that you'll still like be as focused on it as you get into the later rounds than when you first come out?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, my preparation is unparalleled.
So you are taking it seriously. It's almost like taking it back to your roots.
Extremely serious. You couldn't, these kids are too talented, these kids are too passionate, and these kids are smart. I'm sure Hollow is gonna take advantage of the opportunity to rip my head off.
And how much of it, like you said, we talked a little about how he could center things based on your past, because your past is out there. Is it back, like you said earlier, where it's almost like you're battling an unknown, that you don't necessarily have to have barbs specific to him, just more about who you are? Like, what's your approach with that? Are you trying to research stuff about him, like, hit him with stuff? Or?
No. That's where a lot of people see me having the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Is because my past is played out publicly. I have absolutely no information on him, but that was part of the reason that I took it. Yeah. Because like that part was intriguing to me. The fact that, what are you gonna say about this kid?
Yeah.
There's no information out about him. He's done very well in that regard as far as keeping himself private and guarded in certain aspects of his life. You know, and I'm the complete opposite, where everything is like out there.
But is it almost for you like that 8 Mile thing where it's like your skeletons, a lot of your things, your business has been out there. So it's like, can it not be used against you in some sense because you share so much?
Well, it can. I think the shock value of it is taken away though.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing that this kid will be able to say that I haven't said myself. Nothing. There's not a skeleton in my closet hidden somewhere.
It was on a block TV.
Yeah, I don't have
at 4 in the morning. You said.
Yeah, that's number one. Number two, Joe Budden fans are riders. Like, they've been riding with me since 2000 through much worse than he could say to me. I see it as a win for the culture. I don't see it having an adverse effect on me. I commend him. Because for him to go from, he battled Sue Surf, then he battled Lux, which was, you know, Lux is arguably the greatest battle rapper ever. And many people say he won. To go from Lux to Joe Budden, like, rap aside, is great business on his part.
Yeah. Did you handpick him? Like, why was he the one?
No, you know what's funny about that? This guy, when we first started producing the show, my good old Haitian Mike said, yo, this guy, Hollow, he wants to battle you, and I laughed. It was like funny, it was like flattering, it was like cute. And then he was persistent. Again, I thought it was a joke. And then we took our face-off picture, which again was a joke. I just did it to kind of fuck with the fans, and the reaction was so great that it got me to actually, like, whoa, like, you people really want to see this? Yeah. Wait, time out.
I'm satisfied being a producer.
Yeah. Y'all are telling me that there are people out there that really think that this kid
can serve you.
Is in the same, can be like in the same sentence as me? Oh, that means that there are people out there that are unfamiliar with me even. Yeah. So let's familiarize them. Yeah. Let's get in there, let's take the gloves off and let's rap. Yeah. I will never, rappers are so afraid to rap today. It's mind-boggling to me. They just won't rap.
Feel constrained? They feel constrained that they... have to make the record more so than how they come across in 16 bars?
Well, I mean, don't get it fucked up. My priority is on a record as well.
Yeah.
I'm focused on an album. I'm focused on a group album. I'm focused on a mixtape. You know, all the things that come with being a major recording artist. Again, with shit being so friendly and unified and all this shit, people ain't trying to get in there and get dirty at all. They're not trying to do that. People probably have no idea how less of a fuck I give about anything. So I'm able to get in here and hear this guy hurl insults my way. I'm able to deal with fans having their opinion. Oh, you lost, you got what? Like, there's nothing that can happen that is gonna alter my career or my feelings or my talent level, for that matter. It takes balls to do it. Ab-Soul recently battled Daylight. It wasn't on camera, but they recorded it. And I remember a few months back after the announcement came that I was gonna battle Hollow, he tweeted, that's something that I want to do if I'm able to do it. And I said, you know, that's dope, because that's exactly the same way that I felt. Like, this was on my bucket list.
Yeah. I'm
sitting at home. You know, it's the same way you watch a basketball game and you watch LeBron take over and you maybe wonder how it feels to be able to do that. We'll never know, because I mean, we're not LeBron. We don't possess that talent.
Yeah.
But as rappers, we're sitting there and we're watching Clips versus whoever, Hitman Holla, Sue Surf, all these battle rappers get busy. And I can only imagine the adrenaline rush that comes with. I want to experience everything they experience.
Total Slaughter, July 12th.
My man.
All right, Joe.
Look
Good
forward
luck,
to seeing
baby.
you. I ain't no fucking luck. fucking talking about good luck.
Man, I finished my workout. It's time to get up out of here, man. What do you think of my conversation with Joe Budden? Do you think he's going to emerge the victor in his upcoming battle? Will you look at him different if he comes up short? And what are you expecting from the upcoming Slaughterhouse album? Subscribe to youtube.com, Jay-Z's Life and Times. Hit us up on Twitter @Life and Times. Hit me up @Elliott Wilson and leave your comments. It's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and that's the truth. Trading lyrical barbs that include insults and put-downs. Some even consider it a sport, and a lot of established MCs are afraid to participate in it. Today's guest is the exception. I'm talking about Jersey's own Joe Budden. Joe, along with his Slaughterhouse brothers, are producers behind a reality show that chronicles the life of 8 battle rappers. And not content with just being behind the scenes, Joe himself. Yeah, man, Elliott Wilson, baby, the truth, man, with Joe Budden, baby, Joe.
My man.
We're in Jersey.
Yes, we are.
You got me out here, man.
Yeah, out of your element. more into
It looks
mine.
safe, though. It looks safe.
No, it's cool. It's cool. We're not in the hood in Jersey. We're not in the hood.
Myself is jumping in the ring to battle a young upstart called Hollow the Don at a live event. I'm going to talk to Joe today about his preparation for the battle, the possible risk to his reputation, and I want the inside scoop in that Slaughterhouse album. Walk with me, man, it's the truth. You look like you're in workout mode, man. You got a battle coming up. Is that what's going on? Is like you looking ready to go?
Yeah, the beard rough. You should have seen me an hour ago. No shape up. Gotta get in battle.
You got to
war
shape up
mode.
for the truth?
Yeah, got to.
Thank you,
You
brother.
commercialize and shit.
I mean, I want to talk in depth about the battle, but the business side of things, like, you're involved.
We're all just such huge fans of the culture that, you know, we wanted to add to it. Oh, that means that there are people out there that are unfamiliar with me, even. Yeah. So let's familiarize them. These kids are too talented, these kids are too passionate, and these kids are smart.
Hey, it's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and this is the truth. Today we're going to talk about battle rap. That's when two MCs go toe-to-toe,